Watch this. Everybody look at this gentleman. I want to show you the danger of a wrong approach. This is a smart young man here. Let's assume there is a fly around his face. If I wind my hand like this and give him a slap, and he says, what for? I said, I'm trying to kill a fly. From the sincerity of my heart, I mean to kill a fly. But I've slapped the guy how many times now? I didn't kill the fly, and the guy has scars on his face. By the time he now says, why don't you consider another? No, I know the fly I saw, and I must kill it. And the way to do it, the way I know to do it, is to give you a slap. This is what happens sometimes. Are you seeing that? So you find people with scars on their faces that are products of good intention but wrong approach. Let me tell you this, the approach is as important as the motive. Write that down. The approach, the way you exercise your zeal, is as important as the motive. Another example. If because I feel you are getting sick, or I sense that you have fever and you are shivering, I pour boiling water. Boiling what? Boiling water in a cup, and I pick it. I say, open your mouth. I'm too concerned about this issue of cold and fever. You must drink it. And I'm pouring the water. When you ask me, why are you burning this person? I tell you, you are not looking at my heart. I am more concerned about his recovery. And I'm saying, is that the best way? You see that now? So what is happening, especially in the body of Christ, is that sometimes there's a lot of correct motive, but the approach keeps canceling out what the motive should produce. Are we together? And because we are not patient to learn a more excellent way, we continue repeating the same thing, causing pain. Here it is. Before they brought things like inducing pregnancy, you know, and other specialized ways of giving birth. How many of you know that in the village, those days, when a woman wants to give birth, fire and the rest, she goes through hell and high water and gives birth. Imagine someone now who has a young lady who is pregnant and wants to give birth and says, the only way I know is to put you by fire and force that baby out. And you are saying, no, there is a more excellent way. You see, the challenge is that once we are unwilling to change and adopt more superior strategies, we will continue self-sabotaging our intentions. I forced this man to drink hot tea, and you say, why? But it's burning him. Look at the evidence of the mayhem. And he says no. Can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, let's be careful so we don't kill another Stephen in the body of Christ. There are many Stephens that have died, and it's Sauls that are killing them. Not the Pharisees, not Satan, Sauls killing them. There are many battles Satan does not even have to be involved in again, because our level of hatred and mismanagement of strategies. As you are hearing me speak, take this seriously. It's a clarion call to the body of Christ. Your approach is as important as your motive. Don't just have a correct motive, you must also have a correct approach. The desire to defeat Jericho must go hand in hand with the sound 7 times. If you carry a knife to fight physically simply because you have a desire to go around or to defeat Jericho, you will be defeated, and it will look like God did not send you. Let me tell you what I learned in my Bible. Love never fails. Let me tell you what I learned in my Bible, that grace must be with truth. Let me tell you what I learned in my Bible. Living by faith must go hand in hand with walking in love. There are these 3: faith, hope, and love. The greatest is love. The proof that you love Jesus is not working for him. It's your relationship with him, and then how you treat others. He said, how can you claim you love the God you do not know when you hate your brother that you know? Are we together? God gave me this message as a clarion call to the body of Christ. God bless you. We need to re-examine the way we are channeling our zeal. The strategy is largely wrong. That's why it's not working. From the way we try to correct, to the way we try to admonish, to the way sometimes we try to do ministry, to the way parents try to raise their children, to the way children try to raise parents. Are we together? Yes. One man of God met me one time and he said, Apostle, he was talking particularly concerning many teachings, especially around grace, and he said, Apostle, I know that, you know, you have revelation. What do you have to say about, you know, grace and all of that? And I told him nothing. He said, what do you mean nothing? I know you have something to say. I said, the only thing I have to say is that no truth communicated in the body of Christ will stand strong in isolation. Every dimension of kingdom truth only finds its relevance if it is willing to be connected to other truths. If you teach deliverance alone, not with respect to it birthing the finished work of Christ, you will produce legalism. You are going to produce a people who are ever trying to fight the devil with no victory. And if you teach people on the finished work of Christ and don't teach them the appropriation system of the finished work of Christ, you will produce a people claiming things but are clearly evidences of demonic attacks. If you teach the teaching ministry and ignore prayer, you will produce a lopsided people. If you teach prayer and don't teach the value of the word, you will produce a superstitious people with encounters with familiar spirits, who will keep saying yes Lord to familiar spirits because their organs have been activated through prayer, but there is no word bank to help them manage and discern spirits. Let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, please hear me, particularly if you're a man of God. The kind of people God is raising are people who are flexible, malleable, open-hearted. Flexible, malleable, open-hearted. It is arrogance to believe that you would not need any contribution from any other person within the body. And can I tell you the truth? When it has to do with growth, you don't choose. God has brought the distribution. It's up to you to open up your heart with humility to learn. There are many people who will never read the books of the fathers because of an intrinsic disdain for them that has been engineered into you. And one book that will help your character, correct your life, you will continue to recycle pain. One book has the solution, but something about your zeal. My assignment is to be a contributor to helping the body and helping our global family to be people of stature and understanding. And one of it that I'm teaching you right now is that the zeal that God gives men is a precious gift, but it must be managed responsibly. And that the way you manage the gift of God, the gift of zeal, is number one, to examine the ideologies and the belief systems that power and drive your zeal, especially for God. God will never power hatred. God will never power envy. God will never power competitive jealousy. God will never power the desire to outshine. No. When you find your zeal birthing those things, the devil has hijacked your zeal. There needs to be a correction of the understanding that powers it. When you find love, God is there. That zeal, powered by love, powered by mutual respect for the body, powered by an awareness that you are only a part of the larger program of God. And while celebrating your uniqueness, you must appreciate the diversity of graces across the body. When that zeal is powered by such an information, it will produce victory. You will mentor young people who will become mighty men, embracing their uniqueness, but also giving allowance for the diversity in the body.